Well, hello, glorious people of the interwebs. We finally have some good news for Red Dead Redemption Online Beta. On February 26th, we're finally going to be getting a new update, and this is going to be bringing a lot of changes that the community has been asking for, and this is fantastic. We've got a lot of stuff to discuss today, and as I said, it is coming out on February 26th, and this is going to be bringing changes to the open world, new law and bounty system, weapons balancing, so hopefully the varmint rifle won't be the most OP rifle in the game, or basically the almost OP weapon in the game, and people will start using some other weapons in the game, which would be really nice. Changes to player blips on the minimap, and more. Now, we've got player visibility changes. As part of their response to community feedback on how to minimize certain types of destructive player behavior, they've made changes to the way player blips will appear on the map. Bloops. Blips are a thing, okay? Don't judge me. It's just, that's exactly how it's spelled. Bloops. Firstly, we're reducing the visibility of blips over long distances. Your map position won't display to other players unless you are nearby, within 150 meters. Now, I think this is really great. While I did enjoy having the player blips on the map when trolls were trolling, because that way I could hunt them down and murder them. I thought that was great. So one thing I do hope stays is that if they're a known griefer, that their blips will stay on the map and people can hunt them down. I think that'll be fantastic because play stupid games and win stupid prizes, and that stupid prize for you should be death. And if you are slightly further away, you will only appear when firing your weapon. Ah, pretty cool. Players in other towns or regions, for example, won't be visible. This prevents players from being repeatedly targeted across the map at long distances. We're also introducing a new system that highlights overly aggressive players. If your style of play becomes more hostile, your map position and the position of your posse members will become more visible to other players with a progressively darkening dot that incrementally shifts from blue to dark red. I love that. So basically, people are going to be able to know if you're a douchebag. You're visible, or, you know, there's definitely a place in the game for griefing. I mean, because I remember this one time when I was playing online, and there was actually a posse of people who purposefully made their characters look like Murphy Brood. And when I went into the area where the Murphy Brood are, they attacked, and I thought that was brilliant. That was like probably one of the best experiences I had online, because these people were actually role-playing with a purpose of being Murphy Brood in the game, and I thought that was amazing. But like when people are just in town just being general douchebags, I think that just kind of ruins the experience. But when you have like immersive stuff like that, I think that's great. And, you know, obviously people want to be able to play as robbers, but I mean, it gets a little out of hand sometimes. And, you know, there is room for griefing, but I think it needs to be a little bit more interesting the way it has been. So it shifts from blue to dark red. Your visibility increases through bad deeds, such as attacking and killing other players and their horses outside of a structured mode, free roam mission, event, or competition. Interesting. So I wonder if free roam mission means if you decide to be dishonorable in missions, that this will also cause that to happen. Interesting. And the shorter the time between bad acts, the more your visibility increases. So shift back to a more righteous path and your visibility will fade over time. We're introducing posse-wide parleys and improving feuds. This definitely needed to happen. I know the whole community has been asking for posse-wide parleys, and it didn't make sense that it wasn't a thing to begin with. But you'll soon be able to initiate parleys that applies to your attacker's entire posse after just a single kill. Huh. Just a single kill. I mean, I guess that's not too bad. Alternatively, if you'd rather challenge your opponent, you can initiate a feud, posse feud or leader feud after one kill, quickly turning a dispute into a timed mini deathmatch for rival players to fight out amongst themselves in free roam, earning points for each kill on the opposing player. I do like the feud style. I think that's pretty great. I wish we could actually enter duels, and I think that would be amazing. And then have like gunslinger ranks for people who have won like lots of gunslinger matches. I think that would be competitive and a lot of fun. Bounty hunters and law balancing. At the same time, players who have racked up high bounties will have a chance to be beset by NPC bounty hunters who will attempt to kill them and collect their reward. Criminal behavior will have bounty values and honor consequences that scale based on the severity of the crime. For example, killing another player can incur a higher bounty, while assaulting townsfolk or animal cruelty could give you a lesser bounty if the crime is reported. While lower level crimes like looting and ransacking will only decrease your honor. If your bounty exceeds a certain threshold and bounty hunters take notice, you'll be wanted dead and alerted to their pursuit. The higher your bounty, the greater your value, and the more difficult the pursuit becomes for you and your posse. I actually really like this idea, and I do wish that it would allow players to take on these bounties. I think that would be really fun. I love bounty hunting, and not having the ability to bounty hunt in online seems very, very strange to me. But this is definitely a step in the right direction. Because now there's actually repercussions for the way you play in online, and I think that was one of the... There's so many things missing online, in my opinion, in the free roam aspect that really needs to flesh out the world, and just having no repercussions for anything you do was a little ridiculous. Now, I do think we need... Obviously, daily challenges are going to be next. That's going to definitely help flesh out the world, but it still feels very empty compared to its single-player counterpart. We absolutely need more things in free roam to make people actually want to be in this amazingly huge, beautiful world that they've created, besides killing other players and maybe doing daily challenges, because that's only going to be entertaining for so long. And having the same type of random encounters, maybe not the same type, I mean, they could even put the same random encounters and it would help flesh it out a little bit, but just something inside of free roam just to give you that little extra something when exploring. You know, there's no reason to explore in online right now, and that's something that needs to happen in the near future. Daily challenges. We'll also be adding a variety of daily challenges to take on across the Red Dead Online beta. Complete individual objectives that cover every aspect of life in the frontier to earn gold nuggets and XP. Challenges will range from foraging for herbs, selling items at a fence, hunting, and skinning animals. Okay, I like that. Clearing hideouts, winning feuds, and so much more. These daily challenges will continue to expand and evolve over time, bringing specialty challenges and rewards, streak bonuses, and more. I like the way they're implementing that. Now, I really hope it's strictly to free roam, or maybe they have a set of free roam and a set of daily challenges for different game modes. I think that would be a good way of implementing it, but definitely anything to flesh out the open world more is going to be a huge benefit, because you have a horse. That's the fastest way you can travel in the game right now, other than obviously fast travel. And, you know, most games go by this balance of the 40-second rule, where every 40 seconds something interesting happens in the world to keep the player engaged. In online mode, that doesn't happen. You can go minutes. You could go, 30 minutes without anything interesting happening in online, unless you're purposefully targeting to do something. Now, that's not how it should be in online, I think. There needs to be other things in between. Even if it's not every 40 seconds, every minute or so, you should be able to find something interesting to do beyond actually finding something for yourself specifically to do. Random encounters, something like that, other than just other player experiences. I think relying on strictly player experiences is never really a good thing, because as we know, most people online are not their best selves, so it doesn't really... Although, there are some instances where you have some really great encounters with other people online, and those can make for some great stories, but those are very far and few. So, there's a bunch of other fixes as well. So the feedback has been invaluable, so please keep it coming. In addition to these updates, we're planning to address several additional changes based on community feedback received thus far. Select weapons will be rebalanced, including the varmint rifle. Sweet baby Jesus. Thank God. The varmint rifle was so stupidly overpowered, there was no reason to use any other weapon in the game. It was ridiculous, and it made having any other weapon in the game absolutely pointless. Which is one of the things I was saying before, is like, why care about money when you can just use the varmint rifle and never have to buy anything else ever again? It was ridiculous. Which will have its accuracy brought more in line with the other long-arm weapons. Voice chat will be reduced to work at close proximity, and while fixes to horse cargo are numerous and ongoing, we plan to introduce some improvements to making pelts and carcasses more persistent after death or respawning. Okay, so that's really good news. So hopefully in the near future, we will not be losing pelts after death or having to respawn. That way, if you get griefed for one time after these changes, you won't lose your stuff, which is pretty good, especially if you've been out for a long period of time and have a ton of pelts, and then you go to the butcher and some asshole kills you. and then your pelts are just gone. So we'll have more details on additional content in the February 26th patch update next week. We are excited about the future of Red Dead Online and look forward to sharing lots more in the weeks and months ahead. So it looks like they're definitely going to be more engaged. At first, in the last update, it definitely seemed like it was going to be months before we got another update, and that was really, really scary. I was like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. There are chances to earn more XP to rank up ahead of the February 26th. Playing in a posse will bring benefits like earning increased XP in free roam missions and free roam events. Okay, I like that. Posse up this week to earn twice as much increased XP on these activities, and next week earn 20% more XP across all activities in Red Dead Online Beta. So I'm pretty excited about this. It's a step in the right direction. These are a lot of changes that have been direly needed in Red Dead Online. Obviously, we still need a lot more content, a lot more things in free roam to keep players engaged, but this is definitely a step in the right direction and getting the base of the game in a way, in a place where people actually want to play, I think is imperative before adding new content, because people need to be able to enjoy the base game so they can actually enjoy the content. Like, content wouldn't be fun. Playing in free roam still wouldn't be fun if there was a ton of stuff to do, but you couldn't actually do it because I've personally never had issues with really griefing, or being griefed rather, but I know it's rampant. I see complaints about it all the time, and this is definitely a step in the right direction. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm thinking once they finally get the base part of the game going, we're going to get a lot more updates. I'm really hoping that they're working on a PC release so that we can have mods, and then we're going to have, you know, lots of content releases once they have it on all the platforms. We have no idea if it's coming out for PC, but I really, really hope it does. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.